bought the repair box. You can repair shit now. I'm not going to repair my axe because I don't need to, because I'm just going to go like this. And endurance is usually the next thing that I like leveling up. After this, I'm probably going to start leveling up a lot into my decks, because I just probably going to use the Uchigatana because I like it. At this point of the game, the Uchigatana right now, just on base stats, is probably going to be enough to be doing a fuck ton of damage for you. Wait, I just lost my bow. Where is it? There it is. So don't forget to equip arrow. That's bolts, arrows. I do that all so fucking much. 18.2. So you want to be on half weight just to be not fat rolling. I never would suggest being at that point. I've on my tank build been fat rolling for the 4 kings simply because it was tank, so it had all this heavy armor. And I had no choice basically because I couldn't do. I'm gonna deposit all this crap that I'm not gonna use for a long time. I still need to put this Firekeeper soul in, but I'll have an opportunity to do that soon. It's just a habit of for me. I don't like having all this junk on me. I like dropping it all off, or it's just gonna get on my nerves. I like my inventory to be short, and if you're wanting to switch through items very quickly that aren't actually equipped, having a small inventory is going to do you a damned world of good. Right, so the next thing the normal route for you would be going underneath this bridge here. At this point here is where you would be shooting this dragon's tail here every so often. You just keep shooting it and eventually you'll get the Drake Sword. I'm not doing that though. I'm quite happy to use the Uchigatana, and I'm also not taking the underbridge route. I'm going for up here, lure him into breathing fire, kill all the enemies on the bridge, and then he's going to do the same thing again, but you get poker down here and the fire won't reach you. You can actually lure him off without shooting him, but a lot of the times it just doesn't want to do jack shit. So shooting once, he's going to come onto the bridge, which is what you want, so he's not just sat there breathing fire at you. You're just apparently wanting to breathe fire anyway. This is locked, this is what you want to do. You want to get this unlocked. You're going to breathe fire at me. No, you're going to fuck off. Let me sit down, let me sit down. And he's gone. So that's that done. These items here, the claymore is here. Very good strength weapon. Alright. Fucking lock onto this guy. Well, I'm about to die because of my lock on being shit. Thank you. Soul item and Claymore. Claymore is a very good strength weapon. Like, normally if I'm doing like a faith build, I'll up my strength to 16 and just be using that Claymore by this point. Do I have a level? I do have a level. I'm just going to start upping my dexterity. Get some more damage out. There's another Black Knight up here. He is a hell of a lot tougher. I missed him. As you do. That boar is going to be fucking charging at you. You want to get down here as much as you can to stop that from happening, hopefully. He's going to heal, yeah. So I'm just going to go up here. Funnel them in one at a time, hopefully. You don't attack me. Apparently you didn't appreciate me putting you down to the point where you needed to heal. With the Drake Sword, rather than the Uchigatana, at this point, hitting these guys, you're going to be one-shotting them. They're all going to die in one hit, which is why it's very good for this point in the game. The worst thing you want to be doing there is staying completely locked on all the time. I've done it as well, where you lock on, you knock one of them off, or you lock onto the guy that's down there, and you just fall off. This guy that comes running up starts off down there. So now you have these alluring skulls that, to be honest, I have never used beyond this point. I use them now, and then I've never used them ever again. You can stop that. Because you just throw a alluring skull nicely at that fire, and that ball's going to want to investigate and fucking kill himself. Keep doing it until he kills himself. Honestly, you might as well just do this. Like, I could throw fireballs at him because I have the Pyromancy Flame, but you are never going to use these fucking items ever again. There are uses for them, you can actually do things with them, but, like, honest to God. The other guy actually killed himself as well, that was nice. Whoop! So, this guy is usually down at the bottom, waiting to ambush you with a trap. Apparently I threw so many alluring skulls that were close enough that he and his friend here wanted to come fucking investigate as well. Also helps because you're not getting ambushed anymore. Because he runs in and then a bunch of undead ambush you. But that's just alluring skulls have just fucked it up. That doesn't happen every time, but when it does, is nice. You need the mystery key. You definitely want to make sure you pick up that fucking item. There's two more up here. We're on our way to fighting the Bell Gargoyles in the Belfry. I'll say now in advance, well, I haven't got much to say about this area because it's just some rather basic enemies that I'm fighting. You can balance on this and pick up this item. If you are online, there is a high chance that this next area you go into, when you step foot in that church, you are going to get invaded. I don't know about PC, to be honest. I've not played much on the PC. But on console, 100% definitely. Every time I go in that fucking place, I get invaded. Like, you could have reversed your hollowing ages ago. I just haven't yet. Because I've also been invaded while shooting off the tail of the dragon. A lot of people I've noticed like to invade you around here, and it's for one simple reason. There's a thing called an indictment slip that you can get to indict someone. It means they've got a higher chance of getting invaded by the good guys, the blue moons, or the dark moons, is it in this? Yeah, because it's just the Covenant are blue in the other one. That attack is very useful. It has a lot of reach. One of the reasons I like the Uchigatana over a lot of the weapons in this game. The Uchigatana on an X playthrough is usually what I will just use the entire game. It's just good, well balanced. I like it a lot. Yeah, there's indictment slips that you get. You can indict someone and they will have more chance of being invaded themselves, basically. But at this point in the game, you don't have them yet because you have to beat the Bell Gargoyles beforehand. So a lot of people like taking on the noobs, basically, in that area. And just demolishing them, basically. Ooh. No. You cannot heal, sir. He is behind you when you come out here. You come out here, he's here, very close by. I ignore him and run for this guy because this guy's going to see you anyway and you're going to be pinned before them. You don't need the mystery key if you have the master key. I'm pretty sure you still need the mystery key to open that cage. I think that's like the only thing you can't open. Basement key, that is for the next area to go towards the Capra Demon. Capra Demon, in terms of how many souls you get, Actually is probably meant to be the next boss you fight rather than the Bell Gargoyles. But I'd still fight the Bell Gargoyles first because the Bell Gargoyles are just a hell of a lot more easy. I don't know what the fuck happened then. These guys are pretty tough. You are wanting to getting backstabs off on these guys as much as you can. But they're pretty difficult to get backstabs on compared to most normal undeads. They also, the rapier wielding ones, which I'm about to, like, this guy looks like he can see you. He super will not before this guy. This guy will see you first. And look, that guy over there has not given a shit. I don't know why, but he just does not see you. So if you're wanting to lure them one at a time, do not try and lure the one in front of you. You're just being a little bitch about things. Fine, we'll fight properly. That is his parry animation. While he's doing that, do not hit him. If you are not confident at doing kicks, which on your first playthrough, there is a timing to it, you can fuck them up. Do not try and kick him either. On my first playthrough I tried to kick him and accidentally swung at him, and it wasn't very pleasant. Like, depending on how much health you started with, there is a high chance that that's just going to straight up kill you. There's a reason why I'm luring them outside. There's a guy up there that will pursue magic at you if you go too deep in there. I'm wanting to not attract his attention just yet. More on that guy soon though. So I'm not going to go through again because I don't want to attract attention. I just have a habit of wanting to kill those three guys. I'm pretty sure you can just ignore those three guys full on, but I like the extra souls. If you lure these guys around this corner here, that bowman's not going to be able to, well, crossbow guy is not going to be able to shoot you. Ooh, you're going to heal. The crossbow doesn't do that much damage, but it's obviously a nuisance when you're fighting two other guys at the same time. So there's a big guy in here. You are not going to be doing very much damage to him at all. Me even more so because I don't have the Drake Sword, but whatever. He's very slow. So this is where strategy number one, his shield is big and blocks a lot. You don't want that to hit you. Strategy number one of Dark Souls comes into effect. And this is very prominent throughout the entire game. That I got fucking blocked off by that wall. Don't let that happen to you. That is bad. Thankfully I've upgraded my endurance just a little bit, or that probably would have just broken all the way through. Dodging around, like rolling and stuff, weirdly is not as effective for the most part as just walking in circles around a guy. This guy can heal as well, so it's a bit of bullshit if you can't damage through him. Like so. I'm going to take this opportunity to throw fire at him then. That actually hurts him a lot, and I forgot I had fire. You can drop pieces of armor. It's very good pieces of armor. Yeah, dodging around in circles just generally isn't as effective as being able to just circle around someone very slowly. Here's the guy that shoots magic. If you are on your first playthrough and have come up to here, you will realise that this guy is cunt, because he also has a move that buffs everything around him. And there are a lot of undead up there. So if you go up there and he buffs them all, you're going to have a really hard time. On the plus side, this guy doesn't respawn at all. The less decks you have, I only have like 15 decks. Your accuracy is not 100%. You're not going to be shooting exactly where your cross is. As you noticed, I aimed my cross slightly to the left of his head. Because it always shoots like more to the right than where you're aiming. Always shoots more to the right. It doesn't take a random direction, it will always be to the right. So even with bad accuracy, as long as you can make up for it like that, you can constantly get headshots. And because I constantly got headshots, he didn't have an opportunity to shoot back, so it was fair enough. I was very lucky then. He didn't seem to want to get out of his animation, so even then I risked just kicking the fucker. So this is where you'll see the mass amount of undead. I can't recommend anymore the amount of fun that you will have if you stand here, two-handed Drake Sword and heavy attack, doing a giant ass shockwave all the way down this corridor. You will annihilate most of them. It'll use a lot of endurance on your weapon. Well, durability, not endurance. But you will not care. You will have had so much fun doing it, because you will send all these fuckers flying. For this weapon, I just heavy attack over and over again because it's got more reach. Hopefully avoid as much damage as possible. I took a few attacks there though, which was a bit of a bummer. So if you go up those ladders that I was looking at there, that is where the bell gargoyles are. We're not here to fight the boss just yet though, we're here to collect this shifty ass motherfucker who's up here. This is the last enemy that is in between you and him. The way I'm doing things is basically like not the best in terms of like speed. I'm gonna have to clear out this area twice now because of the way I'm doing things, but I just like to get the item this guy gives you as quick as possible because it's just that useful. So this is where the mystery key works. You've rescued that guy. He's now going to be sat near the bonfire, back where the firekeeper is. That firekeeper that I've totally not talked to yet by mistake. I have 2 firekeeper souls now. This drops an item, by the way. It is why we went down here and rolled into it. What was I saying? Yeah, 2 firekeeper souls now to trade in. We are going to go straight there. We can activate an elevator, which is a shortcut to that bonfire. I've missed the bonfire that's near here because the shortcut is plenty fine. You don't have to do the entire area again. So it doesn't really matter if you die. So that just saves me a little bit of time. I will pick it up after, though. I won't be fighting the gargoyles beforehand. Which way am I looking? Straight on, isn't it? Yes. So while I'm here, I'm going to pick up these items. You roll forward here. There is a way you roll down here onto this ledge here for people that don't know. Most people probably do, but always nice to make sure. You walk around here. There's a bird nest up here that you sit in. And that will take you back to where you started the game at the asylum with more different things to fight. We won't be doing that yet, but you have to roll to get that key because it's important in the asylum. So you basically have to go that way twice, so you might as well do it now. Well, you are coming down anyway. The rest of this bonfire gets me back to 10 Estus flasks. Repair all my crap, and then I'm going to level up. More dexterity for now. So here he is, sat in front of this firekeeper that I've not talked to yet. I can reinforce my Estus flask twice now. Basically makes them heal more. They're at +2. If you give her a third, if you reinforce to +3, which you get pretty shortly, he's going to kill her. The problem with that is that this bonfire is actually connected to her. This is one of the main bonfires that is connected to a firekeeper, as the lore goes. Which means when she dies, you can't use this bonfire anymore, which is slightly awkward. So most people want to kill him anyway. I would really suggest killing him because he drops a really good item. He is tough as fuck though, I will full well say that. Those 2 sickles that he has go through your shield. So unless you're good at dodging shit, you want to be doing this cheaty way that I'm doing, which is kick him off the edge, quit, reload your game, and because he's dead, the items that he normally would drop when you kill him drop where he was. before he fell off the edge. That Ring of Favour and Protection is what you are wanting to grab. I'm going to put it here because it's my preferred place. So it ups your equip load, your health and your stamina by a percentage. So even at endgame it's good, because obviously the more you have, the more the percentage it levels up by is going up, so it's just really fucking good. I like having endurance more than health. Stamina bar for me is like the most important stat in this game. So we're now going back up to the place we were before, and we're going to visit the other bonfire. Get that, actually become alive, and hopefully not get invaded as we run for the Bell Gargoyles. The reason you become alive is because you can have good old Sunlight Bro help you out in that fight, and why the hell not, because it just makes it easier. You can also have the guy I just killed help you out in that fight. It makes it even easier, so you could quite easily do that fight, then go down and kill him. If you are struggling, I would recommend doing that way. But for me, I feel that me and Sunbro are enough. You can just totally ignore that third one. If you want to kill him, just kill him, whatever. Doesn't matter. This also leads on to the next area, which is the forest. You can go there, you can quite happily kill another boss that's in the forest. All up to preference, but to get to the forest you have to kill this bastarding fucking thing. This part of the game, pretty tough, but not undoable. When you come in, he's going to start shooting lightning at you straight away. You want to get the fuck away from that shit. It's very easy to dodge, you just run slightly at an angle. Alright, this guy is where shield is prominent. You're going to want to block all of his shit as much as possible. He's a bit tricky though. That tail can do damage to you and he's going to lash at you. You have to roll that. If you don't roll to the side there, that's just going to hit through your shield and hit you anyway. So this is like the first point in the game where just blocking isn't enough. You want to block all of his normal swings, but doing that, you just have to. If you're... fuck that up. Roll to the right pretty much all the time. The only thing that makes this most awkward is the surrounding area, because look at all these pillars. I can't actually walk through them, which is actually really fucking awkward. A lot of the time, greed is what's going to get you with this guy. Don't hit him too many times. Like, this sword swings quite fast. 3 is the max I will ever fucking go to, unless I'm pretty much going to kill him with the 4th. Because you also don't want to use up all your stamina, because you're gonna need that shit. He has a lot of range. That is the swing that he does when you go too far away, and you are not going to be able to get far enough away from him. Even if you do, he's going to start shooting lightning at you again. You want to, as with most big enemies in this game, stay really close to him. I am now going to have to back off a little bit though, because he's going to got himself fucking stuck next to a wall. Look at how much range that fucking has. I did thankfully manage to block all that attack, but that's because I, again, have just been upping my endurance quite a hell of a lot. It is not recommended, by the way. I normally wouldn't recommend you doing loads of endurance. Unless you're using the Drake Sword and you don't care about your damage, then you probably won't damage right now. But I'm quite happy to have boss fights last longer, me do less damage, to have the more endurance. It's just the way I like to play things. Oh, I rolled fucking straight forwards rather than at an angle. Some of his swings will go over here like that. He's going to take a while because I don't have that have the damage. I think the Drake Sword, you're like easily doing 3 times the amount of damage that I'm doing right now. For some reason he didn't jump then. Normally if you're wedging yourself right behind him is when he's going to start jumping at you. Like so. It's very easy to lure things into doing what you want them to do. Because he doesn't like the fact that I'm behind him because he can't get me. Oh. That's one of the tricky things about him. He has a lot of attacks that like will crop around and hit you from behind. I don't know what the fuck's happened to him now. Seemed a bit confused as where I was. I was like such a late roll, but I'd already input the command. One thing you have to be careful about this game is if you input the command, it might not happen straight away, but it's going to happen. I just walked into that. I thought I was going to be alright. It's been a while since I've done this. Like, getting all the timings down isn't perfect for me right now. Just backing away when he's on, like... So most of the time, that jump is, like, aimed pretty well. But, like so, even when you back away, he's just going to get you with it. Same strategy with the Dark Knight between swings. I let the shield down, put the shield back up again just as he's about to hit. Like, this fight is probably going to take longer than what the fucking Bell Gargoyles fight does. Oh, I keep, like, walking into that too soon. You always want to make sure you leave yourself enough stamina for a roll. Again, roll forwards rather than to the side. I am not doing a very good job of this. He drops you a Demon Titanite and 2,000 souls. How many soul items do I have? I'm going to go use them all right now. At this point I want like 4,000 souls because the blacksmith up here sells a couple of items that I want. Yeah, I have more than enough. So I'm going to try and use the rest of my souls to upgrade my weapon. It's the one plus side over the Drake Sword. The Drake Sword you can't really upgrade. I wouldn't ever recommend upgrading the Drake Sword. Very soon you'll be abandoning it because it just won't do enough damage anymore. Can learn your gesture off him if you care. Weapon and armor smith box are what I want. It allows you to reinforce your weapons and armor and shit while you're not with him. I can get +1, +2. Can I get 1 Titanite shard, please? And +3.
Don't get yourself.
So I've upgraded my sword, so I'm up to 151 damage. The Drake Sword does 200, which is still higher than this. But that's it, it's capped. It doesn't scale with dexterity or strength like other weapons do. So now I'm alive, which means people can invade me. That is the downside of being alive. To kindle stuff though, and to summon people you have to be alive, so... It's got its pros and cons. You can't get any help unless you're alive, but then you also can't get hindered. Which is fair, I don't mind it. It can be annoying, like if you're trying to run to these Bell Gargoyles and get them done, and someone's just stopping you constantly. You know, it's infuriating, but I guess it's just part of the game you have to deal with. Now that I'm alive, summon signs are appearing everywhere. You will always see summon signs around here. most of them will be this gold as well, because people want to farm themselves some what am I saying? Sunlight medals, so they can upgrade their lightning spear. There'll also be people there that want to join the Sunlight Bros, which haven't got enough faith to yet, so they'll be there. As you can see, I'm doing so much more damage now. I've upgraded this. You can only upgrade to +5 until you get embers. So I'm only 2 away from being able to fully upgrade this. I messed that up. You just want to be hitting as many of them at once as possible. You don't mind if you take a bit of damage. I'm also just wanting to get through here as fast as possible. The less time I'm here, the less chance I have of being invaded. I mean, people watching my stream, you know, there's even more of a chance of me being invaded because people know exactly where I am and what I'm doing, and yeah, I wouldn't complain. If you really want to invade me, do so. But you probably not got a chance now. I'm sure there's people out there that watch like Dark Souls streams just to know where someone is to invade them. Which is why I come straight through this door, even though he's not summoned yet. I'm just waiting for him in here because I can't get invaded anymore because I'm now in the boss room. Once you reach the boss room, people can't invade you anymore, and people that have invaded you are sent back home. This boss doesn't start until you walk so far up this bridge, which is why it's safe to just stand there. So you got Belgargol. He's very basic, big guy. He's going to swing at you. You can take off his tail. I'm going to probably try, but I think I have too much damage. Once you get him so far down, the second one's going to spawn. The second one's going to start breathing fire at him. Or he's going to ignore what I said, just to spite me. Normally he just starts breathing fire at you. If you get this guy's tail, he has a boss tail weapon, which is pretty good. But it's not good enough that I'm going to bother trying so hard to get it. I got a Gargoyle Helm. They have chance of dropping that stuff. Helm, Shield, and Halberd. The Halberd is really good that they drop. The Halberd you get from his tail isn't that amazing. At the start of the game it's fine. Like, I've used it before. It's a pretty interesting weapon. It curves like a tail would when you swing with it. But the actual Halberd they wield is just far superior and can carry you through most of the game if you make it lightning, to be honest. Which is, I think, the weapon I used for my tank build, that lightning. That's the problem with tank builds. If you're doing it without upping your damage, like I did, just going full tank, I have nothing but health and endurance. You're just not going to have damage until you get to the point where you can lightning up your weapons. So that's one of 2 bells you have to ring. The other one is down in Blighttown. I was trying to hold circle to drop down like Dark Souls 2 style. Totally different controls for this game though. Hey sir, how are you?